What's up? I'm DJ Zushan. I've been DJing for about 5 years. Currently a resident at Fash, the Butter Factory. My family, my parents sent me to Yamaha school to learn piano, electron, or like singing, all that basic music stuff. It's always been an integral part of me growing up. Like I've went through many different phases of life where I was interested in like sports, football, badminton, swimming. And then somehow music just came back and it's like the core of what I do now. I did grades for piano. I was up to grade 5 in piano, and then I did theory till grade 4. I love good food, man. I can't deny a good meal. One of my favorite cuisines is Japanese food. I just love it. So awesome. It was around when I was 14 or 15 years old in secondary school. I was in that phase where I liked a lot of sports. I actually wanted to take up sports science, believe it or not. But around 2003, I saw Linkin Park, bought their album. I'm like, okay, cool. Pretty decent music. I wasn't really much of a music fan then. And then I saw like videos of their concerts and I saw Mr. Han on the decks. I'm like, what is that? What is he doing? What is that sound that he's making? I was like, I want to find out what that is. I want to try it out. It was around 2005, one of my church friends, I found out he was an underground DJ. So I asked him, can I go over to your place and try it out? He was like, yeah, sure, man. And at the start, when I started playing around with the turntables, I had no idea what to do yet, like learning how to beat match and stuff. I still had no interest, taking this up or ever thinking this might be a career. It was only until I saw a video of DJ Craze on YouTube, I was like, I want to do that for a living. One of the first people who introduced me to any form of DJing was my friend Mero from my church. He was an underground DJ. He used to play at places like Hideout and stuff like that. And then the next person who gave me guidance was Joshua P. I went to his place because he's a good friend of my brother who happens to be DJ Andrew T. And he was like, come over, I'll show you some stuff. And then he just showed me like layering, beat matching, a bit of like basic scratching and juggling. I was like, oh, this is cool. And naturally, my brother Andrew T would have definitely been an influence. I used to go to places where he played at like Coco Latte or Fang Bar and just listen to the way that he makes songs. There's a period of time he was staying somewhere else. He had a job with an events company, which kind of like, he had his own apartment. And one day I opened up Urban newspaper and I saw he was on some metrosexual article and they showed that he was a DJ at Boom Boom Room. I'm like, what? He's a DJ? I want to do that. I knew I wanted to do that before I knew he was a DJ. So I started out my sort of DJ career as a turntablist. I was all about, I want to take part in the DMCs and do battles. At that point in time, I didn't really have the intention of like playing at clubs. But it was true being in the turntablism circle that was my first source of networking, like getting to know people. And from there, they introduced me to other people. So it was during that time in 2007 when the hot thing was underage parties. And that's how I scored my first gig. Event companies started to do underage parties at different clubs. I played at DXO in January 2007. The first half an hour was kind of nerve-wracking, but after a few drinks, alcohol does the job. I started out with like the most familiar music that I knew at that point in time, which was like commercial hip-hop and R&B. From my first two mentors that introduced me to the art of DJing, they got me into drum and bass. So from the start, I always was into drum and bass somehow. In early 2012, me and my boy Master Race started a project titled Geylang Rising. We went under the moniker Old Money Pay Money as we found it as the most legit ghetto symbol in Singapore. The inspiration of our content, be it music and visuals or a movie, are heavily inspired by things that we see, things that we experience around Geylang through the CBD, close to the loft, where all the magic happens, the studio. Some examples for inspirations for our tracks. The first track that we did called Ghost Vision was inspired by one of Race's roommates who one night came home and he dreamt of seeing the neighbors come into his house wearing his underwear. And he came to Race the next day. It's like, Race, man, the neighbors came into our house, man. They were wearing my underwear. Like, why would they come into our house? And then he just replied, maybe they just want to see what we were doing, man. So that was the inspiration for our first track, Ghost Vision. Our tracks are heavily influenced on the current trap movement. Or more of when we both started out, we both realized that we love crunk music, which is basically the same, it is trap music. So a lot of our beats are heavily inspired by 808 kicks and hyperspeed hi-hats and snares. They actually call it sticky, but we call it hyperspeed for our own signature style. And yet we still incorporate Geylang sounds, be it Asian gongs, but still keeping it sinister at the same time. Crunk is just a simple meaning of getting fucked up. Trap music is basically southern hip hop. It's basically what the people listen to in the trap. The trap basically meaning the place where they sell drugs. Why people call it trap now? It is because of the current movement, how trap music became electronic. There's the rap trap and there's the EDM trap. I don't know how you really call it, but basically trap became popular when Flosstradamus came out with the first Original Dawn remix, and it just went from there. I never really had like a pre-show routine, although back in the past I used to have this strict rule that I will not practice on the day I have the gig. I've been recently trying to go to the gym or swim before work, but things got kind of busy, but it does really help quite a bit the few times that I did it. You actually get energized for the night. As you all can see, EDM has some way found its way to mainstream radio, and it's basically pop now. I wouldn't really say I was surprised by that because I would kind of expect that to come sooner or later. As for what most of us see, this whole thing comes in a cycle. Back in the day, everyone was into dance, house music. That was the shit. And then after a while, hip hop became popular and that became mainstream. I wouldn't really go out to hope that underground music becomes more popular, because when a certain music becomes popular, it becomes mainstream and is no longer underground. My stand as a DJ is always being forward with the sounds and staying fresh. What I hope to see in the future is more clubbers coming out for the music, and hoping for times like back in the day where the DJ dictates the music and not the people. For all you aspiring DJs out there, I just got some things to say, like, we were all once like you, aspiring to be what we are today. If you really have the interest and have the passion to take it up, just do it. Don't think about it. Passion, bro, passion. One tip I can give producers for vocals is get the best recording quality before you do put any effects on it. Quality for samples and vocals, I always say get the best quality before you put anything else on it. One of the tricks I do is really simple. It's just a ping pong delay on a very atmospheric keyboard or synth, making it sound like some epic trance track. The whole idea, all our music, however sinister or light it is, we always try to make it as cinematic as possible, because every single one of our music tells a story. 2013, man. Old money, pay money, gonna come at you. Get ready for that Geylang crunk. Cyber time. Once again, I'm Zushan, representing Old Money, Pay Money, that Geylang crunk. Resident DJ at Fash, the Butter Factory. Come and catch me at Fash on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturday nights. You're watching Rave Culture with Bass Hits SG. See ya.